Good morning. Welcome back to Lonesome Acre Homestead. It is Tuesday morning, and we finally have a day where it is just not nasty and raining. So I finally get to be able to be back outside and get some stuff done. Unfortunately, we have not even been able to process our meat chickens because of the rain. And now my husband is back at work, so I would either have to do it by myself or just wait for him to have a day off so we can do that together. And that's probably what I'm just gonna do, is just kind of wait. Now, just because it's been raining doesn't mean that we haven't been outside. It just means that I haven't been able to video. So let me go ahead and show you what everything is looking like in the garden. Look at these beautiful rows of green beans. Aren't they just gorgeous? I love them. So we do have peppers in these two rows. Some are small and they're just coming up, so they're not very visible on camera, but they're there. We have some cowpeas or black-eyed peas coming up in this row. And this is where I put that amaranth. Our flower bed. So we have some beautiful things that are coming up here. We have sowed in some wildflower seeds as well as sunflowers. So this is going to take some time for it to just be, full and luscious. We do have some, grass and other things like that here, but that's fine. That's kind of the purpose of this bed, is just to let it be. Excited to see what these are going to look like. These beautiful purple flowers. I love them. I think they are so pretty. I just did various, annuals and perennials in the garden, and just different pops of color, and I think it's gonna work out beautifully. Look at these beautiful leaves that are on here. I'm so excited about this. It's gonna be gorgeous, and I hope we get lots of food from it. And then that is the tomatoes that I did not think that was going to come up, but did. Very excited and happy about how this is turning out thus far. Now these have also perked up some. I will plant some more squash in here just because it's not exactly how I wanted it to go, but that's okay. We do have something coming to snack on our strawberries, and I do have some things to cover our strawberries with, and I'll go ahead and do that. This bed has to be weeded out. We do have some cucumber coming up, which is going to be beautiful. And then obviously our potatoes and onions and potatoes and garlic. Tomatoes are looking beautiful. I'm excited. Everything's looking great. I didn't get to create a whole lot of content over the last 4 or 5 days because of the rain and the storms that we're having here. It did the garden some good. It looks beautiful. Everything is thriving. Some things that weren't doing great are taking off now. So I'm really happy about that. My goal for today is just to work on those walkways and suffocating out some of those weeds that we've got going through, and I'm gonna do what I can today, because as soon as it starts heating up, I'm going inside. It's getting to be that time of year where you garden, do your stuff in the morning, and in the evening, in between, you're like holding up in the house and doing whatever you need to in there. And that's I think that's where we're at, especially, you know, I think it's only like gonna be like 86 degrees today, which, I mean, it's warm, but I think we're at like 70% humidity today, so like it's warm and steamy, which is just terrible here in Georgia. Or for anybody in the southeast, you know, the humidity here is pretty terrible. So I've been working on putting those wood chips, another layer of wood chips into the garden, because I'm still not done with it. And I am kind of just sectioning it for now, because I got a late start this morning, and hopefully tomorrow morning I can get out here earlier than what I did today. And then what I'll do is just work on it a little bit every morning until it just gets too hot, or I end up with something else to do until this gets done. And I am hoping that this is going to be the last round of wood chips for the garden. Some areas have done exceptionally well with the wood chips. Others, we've had like weeds and grass break through. And the portion that did really, really well is the portion that I laid cardboard underneath. I did not lay cardboard underneath everything else because I just really wanted to get it done. And I knew I was going to have to do this, so I'm not, you know, I'm not disappointed in what I did. I knew that this is what I was going to have to do. So let me show you. Let me show you exactly how many wood chips we got through today. So you can see the line here between the grass where the wood chips, where the wood chips are, and where the rest of them are. So after I get done shoveling these out, every time I just rake whatever's left back, so it'll give the grass an option to grow back in this area that this whole pile is suffocating. And it actually, the majority of this right here was where the wood chips kind of started out, so we have had a lot of growth back in the grass, which is good. All right, so we have a nice thick layer right here at the entrance, and I have wood chipped, remulched this entire path right here. This one has cardboard underneath it. Didn't have to do anything to it. Same for this one. Now we get into layers that do not have cardboard, and those are the layers I'm gonna have to revisit. Now in comparison, obviously you have like close to no growth in these rows. Over here, some of these back areas that have no cardboard underneath. I'm obviously gonna have to revisit those, but after they get to a certain thickness, everything underneath it is going to suffocate out, and this is not going to be a forever problem, hopefully. And it really shouldn't be, but again, I'm just kind of working back through some of these rows, and like right through here, I had to put a whole nother layer down of wood chips. And as we go through here, we can see that all of this looks good. It is fresh wood chips. This whole area right here has cardboard underneath it, so I haven't had to revisit that. These other areas they don't, so I'm gonna have to revisit them, and that's okay. Like I said, I'll just work on it in the mornings, in the late afternoons, and that'll be that. So if you are looking to mulch your garden, or if you're looking for wood chips as a pathway, definitely put down some kind of, you know, barrier. You could do like the weed barrier cloth, but if you want to do it for free, you can go to probably any local store and they'll give you old cardboard. I highly recommend doing that. So that way, you know, you have to lay down your wood chips one time and then not worry about revisiting it. Again, like, you can do it a little bit more intense way like I am, where I do have to go back through some of these areas, but you know, just like over here, this does not have cardboard underneath it, but it still did really well. So it's a mixed bag of things. So like, this doesn't have cardboard underneath it. This area doesn't have cardboard underneath it, but some of it did really, really well. And it's probably because like this area right here is really thick with the wood chips. Trying to find those good shady spots. We have this one tree that we kept in our garden, and we kept it specifically for our rabbits who are out here. And so that way their hutch always had shade, and now I'm just standing under it because it's warm and that humidity is just killer today. But I still believe in doing wood chips in the garden. Like I said, I did it the harder way because I did not save up all the cardboard that I needed to. And I'm just kind of, you know, updating through that. And that's okay. No big deal. Just a little extra work and a little bit of extra hard work never really hurt your body. It's actually funny for me today, as I was, you know, working on all of this, shoveling, you know, these wood chips to bring them into the garden. I got to thinking, I was like, you know, I have to do this in another garden one day. Once, you know, we move on to the 30 acres of land, got to start all over. Which, you know, this is gonna be, it's all an experiment. And so this will give me a really good idea of what to do, what not to do, moving forward. And I've talked about doing like a half-acre garden on the next property that we move to. So I will save up a lot of cardboard because I will not want a wood chip going back over a whole nother half acre. It's just looking so big, so beautiful. Like, I'm so happy with how this is growing. I literally couldn't be happier. If you're gonna look for wood chips or some kind of pathway in your garden, and you do happen to go towards wanting to do wood chips, save up your cardboard. Or now you know from my mistake that if you don't, you're gonna have to go back over it. Probably use twice as much wood chips, but I have plenty of wood chips, so it's not, you know, it's not as big of a deal to me. But it will be more time consuming, and time is precious, especially when you're gardening, especially when you're heading towards these hotter days. But again, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a stay-at-home parent, and you have the time to do this in the mornings or do something like this in the evenings with your family, like, go for it. Totally fine. That's what, you know, that's what I plan on doing. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of an update on that. And as we go forward this week, I'm hoping that we're gonna have some prettier days so I can get out here, get some more of this stuff done, get to talk with you guys a little bit more, and clean up some things in the yard. So I like to stay on top of things. I have animal pen clean outs that I've got to do today because it is our first sunny day here in a while without like tons of rain, and everything seems to be drying out. So I'm gonna get done with that, and then we have another baseball game tonight. So y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Happy homesteading.